How's it going, guys? How's it going? The video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Fortnite, and specifically about Fortnite, we're going to talk about settings, which is about mode and how to improve it. Because I've seen like a lot of people and the people are lagging, especially mine. Mine lags a lot. But this is a 3-part series. We're going to talk about 3 sections: Fortnite settings, Nvidia / AMD settings, and Windows settings. So, in the first episode, we're going to be talking about Fortnite settings. How's it going, guys? I'm back, and so we're in Fortnite, as you can see, and you can enable performance mode in settings. So we're going to go to settings right here, and in the video tab, as you can see, video at the bottom, as you can see, there is in the rendering mode, there's performance alpha. So basically, what performance mode is basically what it is it kind of tells you, like it says Fortnite kind of tells your PC saying we're gonna cut down like half the quality, but your CPU and GPU don't have to work as hard. And because your CPU and GPU don't have to work as hard, it can produce more frames, which is like good for like low end PCs, because obviously DirectX 11 and 12 is really hard, so most people have to like go on like stretched res or like 1280 by 720 to like get like okay frames. But performance mode kind of eliminates those like choices or whatever. Like you could just choose this. It is very like unstable, but there are ways where you can make it more stable. I'll show you some gameplay later on, but yeah, I've made it kind of more stable by like all these tips I've like watched other people's videos and stuff. So yeah, when you enable performance mode, it basically disables all of these why is this one? I'm gonna keep on medium. It basically disables all of these what do you call it? Oh yeah, all of these options for the video tabs, because basically it just disables them, and it makes it like, because obviously I think it's like worse than off, like shadows like less than off. I don't know. I probably don't know. It's like probably like in the middle of a medium. But yeah, so basically it just disables it. As you can see, settings disabled when performance mode is selected. What you can do is textures, meshes, which is basically kind of like a more detailed shape. So in like Nvidia control panel, you see like that shape, but it's like more pixelated, but gives you more performance. Basically, it's this. So yeah, they just released this like in the latest patch, I think. But textures, right? High quality textures are not installed. We'll go on that later. Just ignore that for now. But textures, right? When you're on performance mode, you need to put these on either medium or high. I would highly recommend high, because basically low and medium are given to the CPU, because basically it's really easy. It's like just bearable for the CPU to handle. So the CPU is able to handle it. And like medium, which make it really bad, because like the CPU can't like make like all these textures, like all these trees, like all mushy. But when you put it on high, the CPU kind of like, oh, it's too hard for me, so the GPU takes over, and also your GPU can render it more like better, more quicker, you know. So that's why people put it on high. I don't know, I just left this on low. I'll find a way. I also do know a way to like make your builds not look like mobile. In my last video, I just found this out like last night, and I did it, and then it worked. So I'll show you guys later. VSync, I would turn it off if you have screen tearing, and basically, well, like when you play Fortnite, there's screen tearing. If you have that, enable VSync. However, you'll be limited to I'm pretty sure you'll be limited to 60 FPS. You'll be limited to 60 FPS, and also it does give you like more input delay, and your frames do get like slowed down by it, because it has to like, you know, work more harder, whatever. GPU crash building, latency markers, Nvidia reflex low latency flash. These are all like Nvidia settings, so you don't need this, because these are all disabled. And basically what you can do is, for Nvidia reflex low latency, you can actually turn this on in the Nvidia control panel when you can't access this. So in the Nvidia control panel, you can actually turn Nvidia reflex low latency on. I will go into detail in that in my second video. But yeah, and then all the rest of these don't really matter. These are just like settings or whatever. But okay, so yeah, and also second, we're gonna talk about this. So yeah, at the top over here, as you can see, there's full screen. I would recommend full screen, because in Windows full screen, basically what happens is Windows has to render out everything, because when you're in Windows you can like easily switch between apps in it, and Windows has to render the whole, like it has to render, if you have like Spotify or OBS like I do have now, it has to render that, and Fortnite is a very heavy like load on your CPU and GPU, and if you have to render like Spotify, Google Chrome, Safari, like all these things, if you have, sorry, not Safari, like OBS, Audacity, if you have to thinking all these things, it's a really like hard job, which is why people always say full screen, because Windows full screen and Windows just tears your game apart. It really just messes you up. 1920 by 1080, I would recommend this, because if you have if you're not getting like as much frames, I would recommend you go down to 1600 by 900. 1280 by 720 for me is too blurry, as well as 1600 by 900. I think that 1920 by 1080 is perfect. If you do have like a 1440p panel, obviously use that. 60 FPS. I'm thinking, oh, look at the bottom, you're peaking at 100. This is 60 FPS. Well, I've actually changed it. I've done a custom. I've done it 100 FPS custom. So I'll show you how to do that. This is actually, you just have to like go in the game user settings. Also, another thing, I talk too fast. Another thing is if your game kind of doesn't work, if like you change setting then it doesn't work, I'll show that into the detail, like how, like why. Basically, your game user settings .ini file is pretty much set as read only, so you can't change any of the things. Like you can't change any of like the data in it. So basically, yeah. So you need to obviously like untick that, apply, and then do it. When you're on stretch res, you always have to put read only on, because sometimes you can put it to 1920 by 1080 by accident and it ruins up, because on stretch res you have to put the NVIDIA control panel as that res, so it's kind of thingy. Well, there is also display scaling, but that's only like thingy like certain monitors. I don't have a display scaling capable monitor. But yeah, so that's it for that. So that's it for that. Now we're gonna go on and talk about another thing about FPS is this varies about your PC. So I would recommend just tinkering with the settings. So going around to like this 30, 60, 120, like say my PC is like capable for 160, but I don't really like. I would like tinkering, go through all the settings, go in a creative, go in a match, bottleneck, get MSI afterburner, see how much your GPU and CPU are using, and see which one is like right for you. I think 100 is mine, because mine is smooth with 100, and like it like 97. It's like 98 downs and 100 up. So mine kind of like is like a thing at 100, so it does say 60 because it's not like 120 FPS and it's in the middle, so I think that's why. But yeah, so now we're gonna talk about things after. So yeah, when you restart Fortnite, yeah, like I said before, like when you restart Fortnite, I noticed that the settings are like unchanged. So you go back into the game user settings.ini file, you change that, and yeah, then you're all sorted, you're all good. So yeah, now we're gonna talk about now we're going to talk about the Epic Games Launcher. So we're going to talk about the Epic Games Launcher. Basically, let's close out Fortnite right now. So we're going to do... Okay, can this... What the... Okay, so we're going to go into the Epic Games Launcher. Basically, we're going to have to uninstall some settings right here. So I'm going to bring it over here. It's not... I'm gonna bring it over there. So yeah. So when you get Fortnite, when you install it, it's like 32 gigs, but the actual game is 16 gigs. Now I want to show you what you need to uninstall, which is very important. Very important. Like this is a very important step, because I was playing performance mode and my game was like dying. Like I could not render anything. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to library, and you're gonna want to click on these three dots right here, and you're gonna want to go to options. And you can see right here, I have Fortnite Save the World and High Resolution Textures uninstalled. If you're playing performance mode, you need to uninstall these two. It's like a must. If you don't install these two, this will lag the hell out of your PC. Basically, it's like 18 gigabytes, which means that your PC has to render 18 gigabytes, but it's not even being used. So it takes up a bunch of space, and it just wastes a lot of resources, and it uses a lot of your GPU, because when you open Fortnite, like the game data is telling the game data is telling your PC, you have high resolution textures, so like render that, but performance mode is unable to use it. So that's why you have to uninstall these two. So like your performance mode can't handle it, which means that it can't render. It cannot render all of these like things. That's what, and also your game lags a lot. But also, yeah, save the world, the same thing. For performance mode, disable save the world. I don't know why, because I'm pretty sure you need DirectX to like, you know it. But yeah, performance mode, disable save the world. So uninstall this as well, because it's wasting more system resources. I can't speak. It's wasting more system resources basically. So yeah, apply that. Also, oh crap. Also, another thing is, also, when you click on these three dots, click on verify. So, crap. I don't have anything else installed now. I'm just gonna open the Epic Games Launcher. Okay, wait, let me go in task manager. Let me just stop Fortnite. Wow, my CPU is being used. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically what you want to do is you want to click on these three dots and then you want to go to verify. I'm not going to click on it. Basically, if your game lags a lot, click on verify, because that means that might mean that some game files are missing, and that means that you might want to change the game files up. So yeah, that means you might want to like change the game files, like reinstall them, because that's what happened to me. Because I've clicked on verify and it took ages, and then once I clicked on verify, it like fixed like everything. Okay, so when you play Fortnite, you may notice that your builds might look like this. Performance mode. It's mobile builds. It's pretty much like Android mobile builds, which is horrible and no one likes them. The bubble wrap builds used to be in it, but I think you have to like do like something with meshes or whatever. We don't like that. So what you want to do is you want to either go on the Windows search bar, click on thingy and R, and then you want to go onto set update set, or you can just type in local. So yeah. And another thing is, before we go on that, another thing is, can you see I've got 2 folders with Fortnite game. Basically what you want to do is you want to rename the first Fortnite game folder, so one that doesn't have a 3, or like, yeah, so rename it with like any number you want, and then click OK, and then relaunch Fortnite. What it does is it resets all the cookies and cache, so it resets your video settings. So I'll do it later, but when you do it, you want to turn out all your video settings to low, because for some reason performance mode disables it, but it still makes it like really weird. I'm not gonna do it because I have like all my settings like all right, but it makes it so it pretty much what it does is when it's disabled, it's still using, so it's still high. So when I did like apply all like my own settings, it put it as high. I put on performance mode and it was still high settings for some weird reason. I don't know why, but yeah, just make sure you put all your settings down to low, put on performance mode, and change all the settings to how you like it. So yeah, now you want to go into Fortnite game, saved. You want to go into config, Windows client, game user setting.ini. So you want to click on, oh crap, okay, you want to click on properties. And as you can see right here, there's a little attributes. There's something called read only. Now, if you tick this, what read only does is it makes it, when you read the data, you can only read it only. So when you edit it, it doesn't make, like when you save it, it doesn't make any changes. So you need to untick that, click on apply, and then go to, then just like double click it. And there you go. Now you have all of the script right here. Basically, what you want to do is you want to look for user rendering API or rendering API. The user might be gone. You want to make sure this is 2. This is how you're going to make your builds look like normal. Okay, now, really like all this ray tracing and gamma, you can do that like your own time, but we're going to move on to, so over here is where all of the like design screen is. This is a frame rate limit. I have put it to a custom frame rate 100. I think 100 is fine for me. Like I said, tinker with it, even do custom like 35, 75. Do all these custom settings to make sure that your PC is really like your PC can handle Fortnite at good frames which are stable. Because when I had 120 FPS mark, it would just go down like sometimes I got 1 lows and like 10 high, like 20, 30 highs. So it was really bad. But anyway, you want to go down to the bottom, and as you can see right here, B prefer feature level IE S31. It might be somewhere else. For me and a lot of other people, it's under D3D, which is DirectX, RHI preference. You want to put this, it's gonna say true. You want to put this to false. So then what you want to do is once you've done all that, you do your custom settings. You want to click on file and then you want to click on save. Once you've saved that, you're done. Close it, if you want to, you can what do you call it? You can put it as read only. I wouldn't do that though, because then I might like change the settings and I have to go back into the game user and I have to change it back to read only, like untick it, I have to change the setting, then put it back. So it's just really annoying. But we're gonna open Fortnite over here and we're gonna go into creative and we're gonna do some building with it. So yeah. Be right back. Okay, so now we're back, and I'm gonna show you the builds, like before and after. So these are the builds right now. So as you can see, look, they're like normal, but as you can see, look, these are the normal builds. Oh crap, these are the normal builds, as you can see. Now if you're probably like, why you not building like, why you building like so bad? I'm gonna move my mic here and actually like play properly. So here we go. So yeah. You're probably like, oh, like now I can play properly. Okay, no, I can't because this is no way. Okay, yeah. So as you can see, you know, I'm playing. I've got I've got normal like normal builds on. Okay, I'm flying. I've got normal builds on, as you can see. But if I break this down, if I go onto settings and I go, as you can see, look, I am on performance alpha. Buildings all normal, I'm on performance alpha. You can see there's no like thingy. If you actually go onto like the game user settings INI and you save it and you put that D3D BRI whatever preference on false, it will actually change it so it looks like this. Fair enough, you might get like some like like your frames a bit down, but I'm getting like 80, 60, 70, 80. But this is me playing while I'm recording, so I get like an extra like 5, 10 FPS. So I'll be peaking at like 90 or 100. So I'll be peaking where I've set my target to, which is like, look, I'm on 90 right now, 70. We're peaking at our highs are like 99 right there. So next time, when I get the Nvidia control panel, I will download MSI Afterburner, and I will like, what do you call it? I will like put that on and like show you the GPU usage or whatever, like with like some settings turned off and stuff. But anyway, yeah. So now we're going to end the video. So yeah. I might do some like duos gameplay, like solos gameplay. I mean, of this, like of my recording in action. So yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed. Comment, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.